Come on, say, my God is awesome. My God is awesome. Come on, say, he can move mountains. He can move mountains. Keep me in the valley. Keep me in the valley. Come on, say, hide me from the rain. Hide me from the rain. That's it. My God is awesome. My God is awesome. Come on, heals me when I'm broken. Heals me when I'm broken. Strength where I've been weakened. Forever he'll reign. Come on, you got it. My God is awesome. My God is awesome. Come on, say, he can move mountains. He can move mountains. Keep me in the valley. Keep me in the valley. Hide me from the rain. Has he ever covered you? Come on, my God is awesome. My God is awesome. Heals me when I'm broken. Heals me when I'm broken. Strength where I've been weakened. Forever he'll reign. One word, come on everybody. My God. My God is awesome. Come on, somebody lift your voice. Awesome. If you know it's been good, say it. Awesome. 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 Say my God. My God is awesome. Come on, if you know it's been good, you testify. Awesome. Somebody ought to lift your voice. He's awesome. Awesome. My God. My God. Verse 2. Savior of the whole world. Savior of the whole. Giver of salvation. Giver of salvation. By his stripes. I'm healed. Yeah. My God is awesome. My God is listen. Today I am forgiven. His grace is why I'm living. Somebody ought to praise his holy name. Come on, you say, my God. My God is awesome. Come on, awesome. 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 My God. My God is awesome. Come on, look back over your life. Awesome. And see what the Lord has brought you from. Awesome. Let's talk about why he's awesome. You said, he's mighty. 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 Awesome. Awesome. Somebody ought to lift your voice and celebrate. Awesome. If you know he's been good, you said, he's holy. 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 Awesome. Somebody ought to lift your voice and testify. Awesome. If you know he's been good, you say, he's great. 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 Awesome. Awesome. Somebody ought to lift your voice and testify. Awesome. If you know he's been good, you say, he's mighty.
Nothing can stop God. Nothing can stop God. I am not going to go by clip-on anymore. Give me a lot of power. I'm going to use the hand mic. Give me a lot of power. Make sure I use no energy in talking. Nothing can stop God. That cannot happen because we said He is eternal. Let us pray. Let us pray. Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Where there is hatred, teach us to love. Where there is injury, let us pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Nothing can stop God. I know that. And that is the testimony I come to share with you this evening. Tonight, the world is concerned about labor productivity. If you read, if you listen to the news, businesses believe, government believe that they are not getting the best out of their workers. They send them on training, on workshops, on symposium, on conferences. They send them to get degrees, to get masters, to get PhDs. But they keep on saying year after year after year. Although it's kind of good for me as a consultant, it gives me a job. Because I'm the one to do the training in their supervisor. But the concern is the value of what they get from the worker vis-a-vis the value that they put into production. It's not sufficient. Our teaching methods. Every night, we look at a conventional wisdom. Then we look at what the literature says, what Jesus says. We refer to it as the conventional wisdom, the empirical method. That is explanation based on what we see. Then we examine the normative, or what Jesus says, explanation from what we see in addition to what we cannot see. Yes. He said, happy are those who don't see but yet believe. Tonight, I bring to you what many people would have to go to a university to learn. Amen. That's what you learn when you go and do a master's program. And not in all universities. The famous case study of Henry Ford, the Ford Motor Company. A case study on Henry Ford, on labor productivity. We will discuss that case study, and we will discuss that vis-a-vis the teachings of Jesus on the issue of labor productivity. At the end of that discussion, I will ask you to make a decision for me. I ask the ushers to circulate a piece of paper to you. Has everybody a piece of paper? Work with me, guys. You have to respond to me. Has everybody a piece of paper? Raise your hand if you have a piece of paper. I said everyone on the... Do you have a piece of paper? Those without a piece of paper, raise your hand. Ushers, every single soul under this tent must have a piece of paper and something to write. I'm going to ask you to take a decision on the case study presented to you. Quickly, guys. Write your name. And I'm going to ask the ushers to collect it from you. Write your name. Write your contact, your cell number, and your address. When I get into the meat of the discussion, I will tell you what to write. Is that okay? Write your name, put your contact, your address, and your mobile phone. So we begin. Labor productivity. What is productivity? Productivity is the relationship in any firm between output, or what is produced, and what is used to produce that thing. So we call it what comes out is the productivity. What we use is the output. So, and what we put in, that is, you might, if you're making bread, you might have to buy flour, you buy all the other stuff. Then you have to pay for your overhead, your electricity, your current. Then you have to pay the baker, etc. All these are referred to as input. So, or we can relate it down there. It is what is we want to produce vis-a-vis what resources we use to produce it. That's very simple. What is it that we produce? We make bread, and what we use to make the bread, the flour, the water, the electricity, the baker, the this, the that. The trick is that for the business to remain in business, that P or productivity must be greater than, you're not working with me. That P productivity must be greater than 1. So it means therefore, where's my chalk? If the total value of what we produce, that is the bread, is say 4, whether it's 400, 400,000, $400,000 or 4 million, if it takes us 400 million, the same 4, to produce it, it means that what do we get here? 4 into 4. Work with me, man. 4 into 4. 1. So it means therefore, basically what you are doing, we call that in business, you are breaking. Talk to me now. We are breaking. It means you're just in business to keep a business, but you're making no profit. In fact, if it took you 4 to produce it, but you order over 3, it means therefore you are making a loss. Yes. So what you want a case where the numerator is bigger than the denominator. So it must be at least greater than 1. And the businesses are saying that although they spend their money, they educate people, they give them all kind of whatever, TDC, Hosford, you name it, the cost of electricity, the overhead. They said that what they are getting out there, the margin of profit is not sufficiently large. But tonight, I present a case study of a man who discovered the secret. Yes. And vis-a-vis, I will give you another case study of another man who also had the secret. Let's look at Henry Ford. Henry Ford is a name that is famous in business. When you go to America, you speak Henry Ford, you're talking about the father of modern business. So we speak in the textbook of the Henry Ford productivity model. It is a model that he put together to make people produce and to get them to produce almost more than 1. The Ford model left the world. It left the world of the industrial and a spiritual formula for sustained business success. Today, when you go and do your master's, you go and study your PhD in business, you have to study. Any good school, you have to study the Henry Ford model on productivity, which is based on an industrial and a spiritual formula which Henry Ford discovered. You can Google it. It is all on the net. Google it.
All right.
Henry Ford said, a business absolutely devoted to service will have one problem. One problem they will have. Their profits will be embarrassingly large. In other words, if the business is devoted to service, it will make so much profit, if you don't know how to use it. That's what Henry Ford said. Let us prove what he did. In the 1920s, Henry Ford developed the Model T, which became the number one or the famous car, the car brand in America and the world.
Wow.
But what was Henry Ford's operational advantage? What advantage that he had over businesses? Because remember, 1922 going into 1929 were very difficult time, because in 1929 the stock market crashed. The whole of America and the world went into depression until 1940s, some even after 1940s. But all during that time, you will see that Henry Ford continued to do well, continued to dominate the world, and continued to make big money. He discovered the assembly line, mass production. He had people specializing. The one who made the fender was not the one who put the wheel. The one who put the engine was not the one who put the windscreen. So everybody was trained and everybody automated. So he is the one who developed and perfected what we call the assembly line. Secondly, innovation. He looked at technology. He looked at what is the best tool for doing the thing. What is the best machine and equipment? And he kept the inventors and the factories to do that for him, so that the workers could have the best, and so that they can produce the best. Thirdly, marketing. He knew his product. He had a team who loved the product, and they sold the product with a passion.
Amen.
They identify with the product. They love the product, and they sold the product worldwide with a passion.
Right.
Number 4, more importantly, his workforce was a team.
Amen.
His workforce was a team. It's like we have a team here. So when I call on Addison, when I call on Adrien, I say it's not good. They fix it for me, but they don't get vexed.
Okay. Right.
That's how teams operate.
That's correct.
In other words, all we are interested in is getting it right.
Right.
That's how the team goes.
That's correct.
So when we have a little hiccup, we fix it up, and we get it done.
All right.
Teamwork. That's why I love basketball. Without a team, you cannot win. They got to look, the man in the guard, the man in the forward, the point guard must pass that ball. That's why Cleveland is a very good team. I hope they win again this year. I know you are Golden State Warriors supporters. Don't like that. More importantly, Ford learned about the importance to his work team about rest and recreation. So what are the 6 things that he had an advantage over all the other producers and all the workers, all the industries, the factories? Assembly line. People who specialize in division of labor, innovation, marketing, teamwork, motivation. He motivated them. I'll show you in a while how he motivated them. And rest and recreation. What was the ethics? What kind of work ethics that drove Henry Ford to do that? Now mind you, Henry Ford was not a Christian. Henry Ford was not a very strong believer in God. But Henry Ford was an entrepreneur. He understood what he wanted. He studied it and he went after what he wanted. What were the work ethics? Very, very important. I want you to note that. In 1922, all other businesses, all other factories, workers were working 6 days, 8 hours a day, 48 hours a week. Are you with me?
With you.
Very nice. Now, see what Henry did. In 1926, Henry introduced 5 days. He said, my workers will work only 5 days and they will work 8 hours. So he was the first to introduce a 40-hour work week. I want you to follow me. Follow me. Follow me. Then, at that time, in America, the average pay in the industry was $2.25 a day. In difficult time, America about to go into depression, what did he do? He jacked it up to what? But the people who were getting $2.25, they were working 9 hours a day. Remember, they were working 9 hours a day, all other industries. It is only Henry Ford people working 5 days, 8 hours, 40 hours a week. He jacked it up to $5. Watch it. He more than doubled their pay. He more than doubled everybody's pay. That's the motivation I'm talking about. After 1926, he went even further. A revolution took place because his philosophy of work changed, or it grew, or it deepened. Henry Ford learned and believed, and he said he will practice in his business that God gave us 7 days. Mind you, he wasn't a Christian. And the 7 days should be used for work, for recreation, and spiritual growth. I want you to know that. The man is not a Christian. All he wants to do is to make money. But he's looking at what will motivate people to make the money for him. So he cut the number of hours that they work. He more than doubled their pay, and now he's going to go further. He gave them 1 day to rest and 1 day for their family bonding. Wow. It's all on the net. Go and Google it. Go and Google it. So, Henry Ford, the workers were given Friday afternoon, they work half day, because they get paid there. They were given Saturday off, and they were given Sunday. So what he did now, he was the first to introduce facilities for the family, play areas for the children, school for the workers. So on the weekends, the workers will come in on a Sunday for the children to play and to this and to that and to enjoy themselves, etc. He was the only one doing that. Yet, in addition, he had more than double their pay. What kind of man is that in a country that is deep-seated capitalist? It was a contradiction, but it was working for him. So in summary, Henry Ford's people, by that time, his business had moved all over the globe, on every continent. He was in North America, he was in South America, he was in Europe, he was down in Australia. He was on all the continent because he had begun a global company. Yet, in every jurisdiction, they work on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday they work. It was a work day and a pay day. On Saturday, he insisted that they must go back to their family and they must go and take spiritual growth. On Sunday, he insisted that they come back because he has the facility. Now, make your family happy. So, let us summarize it. Today, if you don't read the textbook, if you don't check the history, you will believe that the unions are the one who brought in weekends. I thought so too. When I was fighting revolutionary in the 70s and 80s. I thought it was the union who brought 8-hour work days. I thought it was the union who brought the idea of a living wage. It was Henry Ford who said that $2.25 was not enough for a family to live on. He brought it up to $5. All this here, Henry Ford brought in all these changes in his company when everybody else in the industry were doing something different. So Henry Ford proved that a company operating on a 5-day and 40-hour work week can become an industry leader. He became an industry leader. He can develop a global brand. The Ford was a global brand. The Ford car was on every continent, was being produced on every continent. And he also proved, remember what he said, if you provide service, your only problem is your profit will be embarrassingly large. And he proved that you can make a sustained profit even in difficult times. Remember, we're talking about what? The depression, as I said, kicked in 1929 when the stock market crashed and the whole of America went into recession. But because, remember, international capital is connected. You might see a company operating in America, but the financing is coming from Europe or China. Are you with me? So the whole world went into recession. It's you can Google it. It's there. As a result, but even in those times, 1920s, 1940s, Ford was the leader, the global brand, and the leader, and the most profitable company, motor company in the entire world. What were the results that were guaranteed for him? One, he established a global production chain. You go to South America, Ford is being produced. North America, you go to Asia, he was being produced. Now, secondly, he dominated the global automobile production. He met every production target. Every order that was made, he supplied it. But his workers work only Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, half day. That's not a story. Read it. It's there. It's in the textbook. It's on the internet. And number 4, he proved what he said. He made the most profit. He made the most profit.
Put the mic by your mouth, Peter.
He made the most profit as a car maker. This is marvelous.
Yes, it is.
This is marvelous. And that's what Solomon says. Solomon says that a wise man can do marvelous things.
Yes.
He said, whatever thy hand findeth to do, do it with all thy might. That man dreamed, he looked at people's behavior and he responded to it. We come to our homework now. Before I go deeper, although you have not been doing my assignments, but I have my homework for you. After Ford died, after Henry died, the company lost its market share. We see a number of companies like that. As soon as the founder died, the children mash it up. Am I correct? When I came here, I saw a beautiful drugstore. Only one name. It was City Drugstore. City Drugstore. City Drugstore. It's no more. It's no more. Let's leave it there because the owner is my friend. Let's leave it there. 2. Your first question is what caused Ford to lose its market share? Go and Google it. You'll find it. It's all over the internet. 2.
Yes.
Who was the competitor? Whenever you slip as a business or any undertaking, somebody takes your place.
That's correct. Yes.
Or somebody pushes you out because you are sloppy.
Yes. Sloppy.
Who was that competitor? 3. What was the new model? What was the new model car that became the fancy of the people? What tickled the people's fancy away from the T model Ford? Tomorrow, will answer that. I hope you get your gifts tomorrow. Everyone, now I have changed. I have changed. Everyone who get it right. I'm not even going to put your name in a box. If you get it right, you get a gift.
Amen.
I challenge you. I'm not putting your name in a box anymore. You get it right? Come for your gift.
Amen.
Let's educate ourselves. What are the lessons that we have to learn? From Henry Ford, we learn 4 business tried and proven lessons. 1, that, can you read with me? Business productivity and profitability. Let's read together. You're not reading very well tonight. Let's go again. Business productivity and profitability are not assured with a 24/7 work week. Some people believe that you must work around the clock. For proof, that's not true. Efficiency does not say that you have to be working. Efficiency says that you have to be working efficiently, effectively. And that's exactly what Ford did too. Family protection nurtures company loyalty. Any company or any venture where people love the family of the people who are in that venture, the people must have a great loyalty for the venture. If TDC love your family, they give you group life for to protect your family, for you and your family. They give you holiday, they give you this, they give you scholarship and so and so. You must love TDC. What he did that. He gave them time with their family and he gave them facilities to educate. So they know when they came to work, their children were going to schools established by Henry Ford. So they know their children at school. They know their children were secure and protected. Free. He discovered that weekend rest helps to retool workers for each new work week, and it increases the output per worker. He learned that if you work just like a machine, if you work a machine, you have to rest it so you have less breakdown. And when you rest it, you are retooling it. He learned that. Number 4, Henry Ford left us a legacy. Henry Ford left the whole business world and the social world a legacy. He left us with a formula. He left us with a model. If we apply, our businesses will never be the same again. I'm not talking about Henry Ford after he died. After he died, his children mashed up the business. Henry Ford, as he lived, what was the legacy? Henry Ford, unknown to himself, because he wasn't a Christian, he stumbled on a spiritual formula. What was working for him was a spiritual formula that he stumbled on. A formula which the great God himself had already established to increase man's productivity and to prolong their life.
Yes, talk about it.
That's what happened. That's what happened. So today, if you go and read all the books about Henry Ford, they speak about him as if he was a great Christian and as if he was so and so, so and so. He wasn't interested in that. But because of his venture, he stumbled into it, and whatever works, no matter whether you get into it by accident, it will work for you. What is that gift that he stumbled on? It is the gift of the Sabbath, a neglected gift from God. That's the gift that he stumbled on. When he rested his people on the Saturday and insisted that they must be with their family and rejuvenate and bond on the Sunday. Actually, when he got them back on Monday, they were renewed. That's exactly what happened. Look at what happened. This was the Henry Ford calendar, after 1926. On Sunday, the family came to his facility, all the recreation and all the this and all that they made for them to bond and recreate. They worked Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. On Friday, of course, they work half day, the other day they got paid. On the Saturday, he insists that they have to rest and get spiritual growth. He didn't know about Sabbath. He never read Genesis. He never read Exodus. In fact, he didn't carry the Bible. He didn't care with it. But it doesn't matter whether he cared with it. He was using a formula, a divine formula that works. What does Jesus say? We'll come back to it. What does Jesus say about the very formula that Henry Ford stumbled upon? Is Jesus in the house? Yes. Is he in the house? Yes. So who is in the house? Jesus. Who is in the house? Jesus. So let us hear what Jesus says. Jesus said in Mark 2:27 and 28, let's read it together, what Henry stumbled on. Let's read it. The Sabbath was made for man. Therefore, the Son of Man is Lord of the Sabbath. What does he mean by that? Remember we saw yesterday, Jesus is the creator. The very same Jesus. Man was created on the 6th day, but the Sabbath was instituted on the 7th day for his well-being. That is what Ford stumbled on. That is what he discovered.
Yes, go ahead.
He was no Christian, but even you are Christian or not, if you discover the thing and the thing has a benefit, you must get it.
Yes, you will get it.
You must get it.
Yes.
So the Sabbath made the difference for the Ford Motor Company. Why? What is that enabling factor that is in the Sabbath that increases productivity? The literature is very clear on that. The literature is very clear. Because the enabling factor is the nature of that specific rest.
Amen. Amen.
Let me say it again. Let me say it again. The enabling factor is the rest. And not just any rest. Because the rest is blessed.
Yes. I like that. Yes.
Let me go back again. I'm deliberately going back. The difference for Henry Ford, he built the most profitable company in the whole world across continent. He built a global brand. He dominated all other producers. He had profits that he was embarrassing he cannot use. Why? Because he discovered the enabling power that is in the Sabbath. And that enabling power is that rest. Because the rest is blessed. So let's read it together. Remember, we saw that yesterday. We saw that God is eternally righteous.
Yes.
God is eternally truth.
Yes.
God is eternally moral. We saw the Son is eternally righteous. The Son is eternally truth. The Son is eternally moral. We saw the Holy Spirit is eternally righteous. The Holy Spirit is eternally truth. The Holy Spirit is eternally moral. Because they are personalities that are eternally righteous.
Yes.
Then we saw last night that the law of God is eternally righteous, eternally truth, eternally moral. So we saw last night that the law is the very transcript or the essence of God himself.
Yes.
Why? We saw when we break the law, the lambs, the pigeons, the drink offering, the Sabbath days, not Sabbath days, it's Sabbath days, they cannot meet the demands of the law because the law is righteous. It requires, because the law is eternally righteous, it requires an eternal righteous sacrifice. So God himself died. The Bible is sweet. The Bible is beautiful. So let's read it together. And in the heart of the law we saw yesterday, that in the first commandment, he says, remember, let's read together. Remember the Sabbath day by keeping it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. Notice what Henry Ford stumbled on. He did not stumble on Henry Ford's Sabbath. He did not stumble on somebody else's Sabbath. He stumbled on God's Sabbath, which is the gift to make man produce and to prolong his life. Why? That is why the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. That is, he set it apart for his purposes and for the benefit and well-being of man. The question is, how does the enabling power of the Sabbath increase productivity? I like the research from the commentary of Barnes. You can get this, it's on the net, it's everywhere. Barnes' commentary on Mark chapter 2 verses 27 and 28. This is what it says. I invite you to read with me. It says the Sabbath was made to give man an opportunity. Are you reading with me? The Sabbath was made to give man an opportunity to call off his attention from earthly concerns and to direct it to his Lord and his Creator. Jesus, the Lord of man and the Sabbath, imputes blessings of new life, blessings of health, blessings of strength, and blessings of freedom from fear, and blessings of freedom from guilt and from sin. These blessings recreate, renovate, reinvigorate, retool the man, and raises his skill level, thereby making him more productive in the next 6 days of the week. That is what Henry, he didn't know all of that, but he stumbled on that and he became the most profitable man in the world. He stumbled on that, organized his company around that, and he became prosperous. I want to let you know that when God asks us to do something, he has a blessing in it for us. Amen. Let me repeat that. When God asks us to do something, there is a blessing that goes with it. Yes. In the Sabbath is the blessing of productivity. In the Sabbath is the blessing of longevity. I want to let you know about my case. You know, I have been preaching that gospel for a very long time, since 1977. Been to different countries, seen different people celebrate, seen different people rejoice, but seen different people struggle. Seen different people struggle to come to terms with what God asked them to do. And I as they respond positively to God, they are released.
Amen.
They are excited. They get their freedom. As they hold on and they resist, they suffer. They suffer in their mind. They suffer at home. They suffer at work. They suffer in life. I have seen the blessing of obedience to God on the Sabbath day. And that's not a story. Let me tell you about mine. I have two of them, but I'll just give you one today. In 1983, I registered to go to the University of the West Indies, Caville campus, Barbados. But because you have two options, you could, if you have all the money, you can go straight to university, even now. Or you can do the first year part-time here at your home. Are you with me? Like you can go and register in the gardens, and you can do the first year, and then you move to Caville to do the second and third year. Are you with me? Are you with me, guys?
Yeah.
Yes, you're acquainted with that.